What does it truly cost to finally put yourself first? It's more than a mindset shift. It's an earthquake. It demands a price that will shatter illusions, revealing who only liked your old boundaries and who truly sees you. You lose the easy, surface-level friendships. Those people who only called when they needed something, or when your yes was guaranteed. They vanish like smoke, leaving an unexpected, quiet space behind you. You face the uncomfortable silence, the thinly veiled disapproval from family, who expected you to remain in your designated role. Their concern often masks their own discomfort with your new autonomy, making holidays tense. You wrestle with profound guilt, a gnawing sensation that you're being selfish, inconsiderate, or even cruel. This internal battle can be more exhausting than the external conflict, questioning your every boundary. You'll feel intensely misunderstood. People will misinterpret your self-care as abandonment, your boundaries as malice. Explaining yourself becomes a futile exercise, leaving you feeling isolated in your intentions. You endure direct confrontation, sharp words, accusations, even anger from those who benefited from your constant accommodation. This isn't passive fading. It's an active pushback against your newfound resolve, designed to make you yield. You lose your old identity. The yes man, the fixer, the peacekeeper. These roles that defined you for so long begin to crumble. Who are you when you're not constantly sacrificing yourself for others? You confront the disappointment in eyes that once saw you as their constant support. Their sadness, or even anger, stings. This vision forces you to stand firm, even when your core aches with empathy. You experience intense self-doubt. Was it worth it? Did you make the right choice? The comfortable familiarity of your old life beckons, a siren song against the uncharted waters of self-prioritization. You endure the loneliness of standing alone. Your circle shrinks dramatically, leaving you with fewer people who truly understand or support your new journey. The silence can be deafening, a stark contrast to your busy past. You feel an overwhelming sense of loss, not just of people, but of a perceived future. The life you envisioned, built on others, expectations, crumbles, leaving you to build entirely new dreams from scratch. Your energy levels fluctuate wildly. The initial rush of empowerment gives way to exhaustion from constantly setting and holding boundaries. It's a mental marathon, often leading to physical and emotional depletion. You become hyper-aware of your own patterns. You see how deeply ingrained your people-pleasing was, how effortlessly you minimized your needs. This self-awareness is painful, exposing old wounds you must now heal. You might experience physical symptoms of stress, headaches, digestive issues, muscle tension. Your body reacts to the emotional upheaval. It's a reminder that self-prioritization is not just mental, but holistic. You'll second-guess your instincts. The voices of doubt, amplified by external resistance, make you question your inner compass. Is this truly what's best? Or are you just being difficult, as some suggest? You sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term growth, canceling plans, saying no to requests, opting for solitude. These choices feel uncomfortable now, but are vital for rebuilding your inner strength. You experience the disappointment of unmet expectations. Not yours, but others. They expected you to be there, to fix it, to endure. When you don't, their disappointment becomes another burden you carry. You encounter resistance from unexpected sources. Not just the usual suspects, but even people you thought understood your journey might subtly try to pull you back into old patterns. Out of habit or fear, you grieve the fantasy relationships. Those connections where you were the giver, the fixer, the endless support. You mourn the idealized versions of people who never truly saw or appreciated the real you. You discover the true meaning of your own needs. What you genuinely desire, what truly replenishes you, often differs vastly from what you thought you should want. This discovery requires deep introspection. You spend more time alone, not out of sadness, but necessity. Solitude becomes your sanctuary for reflection, healing, and growth. This means less social engagement, changing your previous rhythms of life. Your old coping mechanisms feel ineffective. You can no longer numb or distract yourself with constant busyness or external validation. You must face your discomfort head-on, without the familiar crutches. You find new boundaries constantly tested. People who once knew your limits will try to push them, requiring you to reiterate and reinforce your stance repeatedly. It's an ongoing, tiring dance. You begin to recognize your own complicity in past patterns. Realizing how you enabled or allowed others to disrespect your boundaries is a bitter pill. This self-accountability is heavy, yet vital for growth. You experience the ghost of past obligations. Even when you've set a boundary, the internal echo of what you should do or should be persists. It's a mental tug-of-war against ingrained programming. You stop being constantly busy. The frantic pace of always doing for others suddenly slows, revealing an emptiness you might initially fear. This quiet space is where your true self can finally emerge. You become less likable to some. Your authenticity might be perceived as arrogance or indifference by those accustomed to your compliant nature. Their discomfort with your truth is not your burden. You lose opportunities that came from your people-pleasing. Networking events, collaborations, or even job offers that relied on your willingness to overextend yourself simply dry up, shifting your career path. You invest financially in your well-being. Therapy, coaching, self-care practices, solitude retreats. These new priorities require money, reallocating funds that once might have gone to others. You disappoint your inner critic. That relentless voice that told you being good meant being constantly available. Now, you're defying it, and it will scream louder than ever, demanding your old ways back. You feel an acute sense of awkwardness in new social situations. You're learning how to be your authentic self without the people-pleasing script, fumbling through interactions until your new social rhythm emerges. You realize some relationships were never truly reciprocal. The painful truth that some connections only thrive because you carried the entire emotional weight is a stark, heartbreaking revelation. You experience an initial wave of uncertainty about your future. Without the roadmap of external validation, your path seems less clear, more self-directed, and therefore more intimidating. You confront your deepest fears of abandonment. When people leave, the primal fear of being truly alone resurfaces, demanding that you cultivate a profound self-reliance you never knew you needed. You let go of what others think. This isn't a single event, but a continuous shedding. Each time you prioritize yourself, you release another layer of concern for external judgment, a liberation, and a loss. You endure moments of profound loneliness, even when surrounded by people. The realization that you've grown beyond certain connections means you might feel isolated in your evolution, searching for new tribes. You might lose some financial security that came from being agreeable. The fear of saying no to opportunities, even detrimental ones, means confronting potential income shifts. It's a bold, terrifying step. You face the discomfort of self-validation. Learning to trust your own judgment, your own worth, without requiring external confirmation, is a skill that feels alien and uncertain at first, requiring practice. You discover who your real allies are. These are the few who celebrate your growth, even when it means less of you for them. Their unwavering support becomes the solid ground beneath your feet. You experience moments of profound anger. Anger at yourself for years of self-neglect, and anger at others for their passive acceptance or active encouragement of your people-pleasing. This anger needs safe release. You feel an unfamiliar sense of responsibility for your own happiness. There's no one else to blame, no one to rescue you. This weight is also a liberation, as your power is finally your own. You lose the comfort of being needed by everyone. That feeling, however exhausting, provided a sense of purpose. Now, your purpose shifts inward, towards self-actualization, which is less externally validated. You endure the period of rebuilding. It's not instant transformation. It's a slow, deliberate construction of new habits, new relationships, and a new understanding of self. Patience is your constant companion. You recognize the cycles of toxic relationships. Seeing the patterns clearly, without emotional attachment, allows you to finally break free, even if it means acknowledging painful truths about people you loved. You face the discomfort of not knowing. The future isn't prescribed by others' needs anymore. This vast, open space is terrifyingly liberating, forcing you to step into the unknown with only your intuition. You endure moments of intense grief for the person you used to be, the kind, compliant, self-sacrificing version. It's a mourning for a part of yourself that, while restrictive, felt safe and familiar. You confront your true motivations. Why did you people please? What fears drove you? Uncovering these raw truths is unsettling, but it's the only way to build a foundation of genuine self-respect. You learn to trust your intuition above all else. That quiet inner knowing, often drowned out by external noise, becomes your most reliable guide. It's a delicate, powerful relationship you foster with yourself. You navigate waves of self-doubt and resurgence. It's not a linear journey. There will be days you question everything, followed by days of unwavering conviction. Each cycle strengthens your resolve, you experience the lightness of true freedom. The heavy cloak of obligation falls away, revealing a boundless expanse of possibility. This lightness can be disorienting initially, then exhilarating. You encounter the fear of your own power. For so long you suppressed it. Now, as it emerges, it feels unfamiliar, potent, and sometimes intimidating. Learning to wield it responsibly is a new challenge. You redefine your relationship with time. It's no longer about fitting into others' schedules, but honoring your own rhythm. This means slower paces, more intentional moments, and less external urgency. You forgive yourself for all the years you neglected your own needs, for sacrificing your well-being. This self-compassion is a profound healing, releasing old resentments held against yourself. You rebuild trust with yourself. After years of breaking promises to yourself for the sake of others, learning to rely on your own word, to honor your commitments to self, is a powerful new foundation. You recognize that true belonging comes from being yourself, not from conforming. This understanding allows you to release the constant striving for acceptance, embracing your unique place in the world. You learn the difference between helping and enabling. This distinction is crucial, and applying it means some people will struggle more without your constant intervention. It's a painful but necessary boundary. You stop shrinking yourself to fit smaller spaces. Your ideas, your ambitions, your very presence begins to expand, challenging those around you to grow or step aside. This can be intimidating for everyone. You redefine success. It's no longer about external achievements or accolades gained through self-sacrifice. It becomes about internal peace, authenticity, and living in alignment with your true values. You experience the undoing of old thought patterns. Decades of conditioning begin to unravel, leaving you feeling momentarily unmoored. It's like relearning how to think, feel, and react. You confront your own resistance to joy. After so much focus on responsibility, allowing yourself to fully experience happiness and lightness can feel unfamiliar, even scary. It's a new muscle to flex. You learn to say no without explanation or apology. This simple act is incredibly powerful, disarming those accustomed to your justifications. It saves immense mental and emotional energy. You develop radical self-compassion. Forgiving your past self, nurturing your present self, and fiercely protecting your future self becomes paramount. You become your own most devoted advocate. You endure accusations of selfishness. People will use this word as a weapon, hoping it will sting enough to make you revert. But you learn that true self-care is never selfish. It's essential. You recognize the insidious nature of conditional love. Those who only loved you when you were convenient reveal themselves. This realization is heartbreaking, but necessary for authentic connection. You find your voice, raw and unpolished. It may stumble, it may shake, but it's authentically yours. Speaking your truth, even imperfectly, is a profound act of self-love and power. You experience an internal recalibration. Your entire operating system shifts from external validation to internal alignment. This means quieter external applause, but deeper internal resonance. You learn to sit with discomfort, not rushing to fix, soothe, or escape. Just being present with uncomfortable emotions, allowing them to pass, strengthens your emotional resilience immensely. You witness the collapse of carefully constructed facades, your own and others. The truth becomes unavoidable, stripped bare of pleasantries. This raw reality is painful, but ultimately liberating. You accept that some relationships are simply over, not because of anger, but because the foundation of people-pleasing has dissolved. This acceptance brings peace, but also a quiet, enduring sadness. You become less reactive. The urgent need to respond, to defend, to justify, fades. You learn to observe, to choose your responses intentionally, preserving your inner peace and energy. And you experience deep, resonant joy, a joy that comes from within, untainted by external approval or performance. It's a quiet, powerful knowing that you are exactly where you're meant to be. You cultivate fierce self-protection, not from malice, but from a profound understanding of your own value. You guard your energy, your time, your peace, with unwavering resolve for your well-being. You inspire others, often unintentionally. Your courage to put yourself first lights a path for those secretly yearning to do the same. Your presence becomes a quiet beacon of possibility. You learn to embrace imperfection. The need to be perfect for others dissolves, allowing you to exist authentically, flaws and all. This makes you more human, more relatable, and more free. You cease seeking external permission. Your decisions, your choices, your life direction all stem from an internal authority. The need for consensus or approval diminishes, replaced by self-trust. You experience periods of detox, emotionally, mentally, socially. Old toxins leave your system, often uncomfortably, making space for clarity, new energy, and genuine connection. It's an arduous but vital process. You find gratitude for the hard lessons. The pain, the loss, the struggle, it all forged the resilient, authentic person you are becoming. It wasn't wasted. It was shaping. You understand that your worth is inherent. It isn't earned through sacrifice or performance. This foundational truth changes everything, transforming how you view yourself and your place in the world. You release the need for control. You trust life, trust your process, trust yourself. This surrendering is not weakness, but a profound strength, opening you to new possibilities beyond your planning. You cultivate profound self-respect. It's an unwavering reverence for your own being, your boundaries, your needs. This respect radiates outwards, shaping all your interactions and attracting new connections. You become a sovereign being, independent, self-governing, aligned with your own truth. This can be intimidating for others, but for you it is the ultimate expression of freedom and authenticity. You find strength in vulnerability, allowing yourself to be seen, truly seen, without the protective layers of people-pleasing, builds deeper, more meaningful connections than you ever thought possible. You experience the deep satisfaction of integrity. When your actions align with your values, a profound inner peace settles within you. This coherence is a reward far greater than external applause. You acknowledge your shadows, the parts of yourself you repressed or denied. Bringing them into the light for understanding and integration is messy, but essential for wholeness and self-acceptance. You live without regret, knowing that every choice, every boundary, every painful step was ultimately for your highest good. This allows you to walk forward with a clear conscience and a firm step. You attract new, aligned relationships, people who appreciate your authenticity, respect your boundaries, and celebrate your wholeness. These connections feel different, deeper, and truly reciprocal. You let go of the need for closure from others. You give it to yourself. The healing, the understanding, the peace comes from within, not from their words or actions. Your power is self-contained. You live a life defined by choice, not obligation. Each day is a conscious creation, not a reaction to external demands. This is the ultimate freedom, earned through every difficult no and every brave yes. You become your own anchor. In the shifting tides of life, you remain grounded, centered, and stable. Your internal strength is your unwavering foundation, regardless of external storms. You gain profound clarity. The fog of people-pleasing lifts, revealing a sharp, clear vision of your path, your purpose, and your truth. No more second-guessing, just knowing. You embody authentic self-love, not a performative self-love, but a deep, quiet, unwavering devotion to your own well-being. This love transforms every aspect of your existence, radiating outward. You empower others to find their own path. By truly putting yourself first, you show them it's possible. Your courage becomes a ripple effect, inspiring a quiet revolution of self-respect. You discover the profound peace that comes from alignment. When your inner world and outer actions are in harmony, an unshakable calm settles within you. This is the reward for facing all the costs. You gain unwavering self-trust. Years of putting others first eroded this. Now, you stand in your own power, knowing that your decisions, rooted in self-respect, are always the right ones for you. You accept that some people will never understand. Their comfort with your old self is too great. Their need for your old boundaries too strong. This is not a failure on your part, but a testament to your growth. You find true courage. Not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of it. This courage becomes your constant companion, guiding you through life's inevitable challenges. You experience an unshakable sense of inner peace. It's not a fleeting emotion, but a deep state of being, born from the acceptance of yourself, your journey, and your place in the universe. You become unstoppable, not in an aggressive way, but in the quiet, resolute power of self-truth. No external force can deter you from your path once you've truly prioritized your own being. The ultimate cost is losing the old you entirely, the one people knew and depended on. But the reward? You gain an authentic, liberated self, rooted in unwavering self-respect. A self worth every single price.